There are places in Colorado where the night feels heavier, as if the darkness itself is watching. Places where the walls pulse with memory, where the floors groan under the weight of unfinished stories, where the air tastes like dust, secrets, and something older. These are not places you simply visit. These are places that take you in.
In Glenwood Springs, the Hotel Colorado looms like a wounded beast, its halls echoing with the footsteps of soldiers who never made it home, and the whispers of women who scream long after their voices should have faded. In Denver, the Brown Palace Hotel stands polished and perfect, but beneath the marble lies a heartbeat, slow, steady, patient. A place where tragedies seep into the walls, and the dead walk as confidently as the living. And just beyond, the Molly Brown house waits behind lace curtains and locked doors. A home shaped by a woman too fierce to surrender, too restless to sleep, too powerful to cross the threshold into silence. These buildings do not merely hold history. They hoard it, they feed on it, they breathe it back into the world when no one is looking. This is truly scary, where the past is a living thing, where shadows have intentions, and where every door you open may be opening one back at you. Step lightly, speak softly, and whatever you do, don't look behind you.
The night was still, the kind of stillness that presses against the walls. Waiting on the 5th floor of Hotel Colorado, a guest awoke to the sound of a woman humming, a soft, lilting melody drifting through the hallway. When he opened his door, the humming stopped. What followed was a scream so piercing it froze him in place. Security arrived within minutes, but the hallway was empty. No guests awake, no televisions on, and the room where the scream seemed to originate had no occupant at all. For more than a century, Hotel Colorado has been a place where the past refuses to rest, where footsteps echo without bodies, where voices call out from nowhere, and where shadows move with purpose. Tonight we step inside its history, a history built on luxury, war, tragedy, and the unexplained. This is the story of a hotel that became a haunting.
The birth of a giant. In 1893, Walter Devereux built a palace in the mountains, a grand Italian-inspired resort meant to rival the finest hotels in Europe. Marble floors, lavish fireplaces, vast hallways that seemed to stretch into eternity. It was a palace designed for the living, but destined to house the dead. The wealthy flocked to it. Politicians, socialites, even President Theodore Roosevelt. The hotel was alive with laughter, music, and the clinking of glasses. But beneath the glamour, something else was taking shape. A quiet accumulation of stories, secrets, and sorrow. The hospital years. When World War II erupted, the hotel's identity shifted. The Grand Resort became a naval hospital. Its ballrooms transformed into wards, its suites into operating rooms. The walls absorbed the cries of the wounded, the whispered goodbyes, the final breaths. Hospitals leave marks, not the kind you can see, the kind that linger in the air, in the floors, in the silence. Many believe this era awakened something inside Hotel Colorado, something that never left. The Lady in White. She is the hotel's most enduring apparition, a woman dressed in white, drifting through corridors with a grace that defies gravity. Some see her reflection in mirrors. Others glimpse her turning corners, only to vanish. Her origins are uncertain. Some say she was a guest who died tragically. Others believe she is tied to the hospital years, a patient who never made it home. But nearly every witness describes the same thing, a profound sadness that fills the air when she appears.
The children who never left. Late at night, when the hallways are empty, the sound of children playing echoes through the hotel. A bouncing ball, light footsteps, soft laughter. Staff have chased the sounds, only to find empty corridors stretching out before them. No children were checked in on many of those nights, yet the sounds continued. Playful, persistent, and impossible to explain. The Elevator Man. Near the elevator, guests report seeing a man dressed in early 20th century clothing. He stands still, as though waiting for the doors to open. His posture is calm, his expression unreadable, and when approached, he dissolves into thin air. Some people believe he was a staff member from the hotel's early days. Others think he's a remnant of the hospital era. But whoever he was in life, he remains rooted to that spot, a silent sentinel of the past. The activity that defies explanation. The hotel's paranormal reports are vast and varied. Footsteps pacing empty hallways, voices calling out names, lights flickering in unoccupied rooms, sudden cold spots, objects shifting on their own, shadow figures drifting near the basement. One housekeeper described a dark silhouette gliding across the ballroom floor before slipping through a wall. Another heard a woman humming in a room that had been locked for days.
The unspoken stories. Rumors whisper of mafia dealings within the hotel's walls, secret meetings, violent encounters, and debts paid in blood. Though the records are thin, the legends persist. And then there is the tale of a young woman whose death was never fully explained. Some say she was murdered, others claim she took her own life. Her story is tangled in the shadows, but many believe she is the Lady in White. Why the hotel still breathes. Paranormal investigators point to the hotel's layered history: joy, suffering, luxury, death. A building that has lived many lives tends to hold on to them. Some places echo, others remember. Hotel Colorado does both.
Brown Palace switchboard. Hello?
Don't forget me.
Ma'am? What room are you calling from?
904.
But that room doesn't have a phone. A hotel built to last. The Brown Palace wasn't just built, it was engineered to endure. Designed by architect Frank Edbrook, the hotel was one of the first in the nation to use a full steel frame structure, making it nearly fireproof. Its exterior is carved from Colorado red granite and Arizona sandstone, and its interior features over 2,800 pieces of onyx imported from Mexico. The atrium, standing 8 stories tall, is crowned by a stained glass skylight that has glowed over Denver for more than a century. And through all that time, the Brown Palace has never closed. Not for renovations, not for disasters, not even during Prohibition. A building that never sleeps becomes a container for memories, for secrets, for spirits. Famous guests and dark moments. The Brown Palace has hosted presidents. Nearly every U.S. president since Teddy Roosevelt has stayed there. It's where the Beatles stayed during their 1964 U.S. tour. It's where Buffalo Bill Cody once walked the halls. But not all of its history is glamorous. In 1911, the hotel became the center of the infamous Silver Queen murder. A scandal involving love triangles, political corruption, and a fatal shooting. Newspapers across the country splashed the Brown Palace across their front pages. Some say the echoes of that tragedy still linger in the halls. Prohibition's ghosts. When Colorado enacted Prohibition in 1916, the Brown Palace didn't slow down. Behind locked doors and whispered passwords, the hotel hosted secret parties. Politicians, celebrities, and bootleggers drank freely in hidden rooms and private suites. Some guests say that late at night you can still hear it. Laughter drifting down empty hallways. Glasses clinking in rooms that should be silent. Footsteps following just behind you. As if the party never ended. As if the guests never left. Room 904, the lady who calls. Room 904 belonged to Louise Crawford Hill, a Denver socialite who lived in the hotel for 15 years. She was known for her influence and for her secrets. After her death, the hotel removed her story from their historical tour. And that is when the calls began. The switchboard lit up with calls from room 904. But the strange thing was that room 904 had no phone. No wiring, no electricity connected. When her story was added back to the tour, the calls stopped. Some say Mrs. Hill simply wants to be remembered. Others say she never left the room at all.
The prankster of the 10th floor. One night, a tour guide was walking toward the 10th floor when he heard a clear, sharp whistle behind him. He turned around. No one was there. When he mentioned it to a coworker, the man shrugged. "Oh, that's just the prankster ghost," he said. "He whistles at me all the time." Imagine working somewhere long enough that you get used to being heckled by a ghost. The woman on the 7th floor. The elevators at the Brown Palace have a mind of their own. Guests report elevators stopping on floors no one requested, opening to empty hallways, or moving on their own late at night. One staff member pressed lobby. The elevator took him to the 7th floor instead. When the doors opened, he saw a woman in a Victorian dress standing at the far end of the hall. He blinked. She vanished. He took the stairs back down. The atrium shadows. The atrium is breathtaking, but it's also one of the most active paranormal hotspots. Guests have seen figures walking along the balconies, shadows drifting across the railings, a woman staring down into the lobby before dissolving into thin air. Some believe the atrium acts like a spiritual echo chamber, a place where the past loops endlessly, replaying moments long after the people are gone. The renovation disturbances. During a major renovation of the upper floors, workers reported strange activity. Tools vanished, lights flickered, doors opened on their own, and more than one worker said they felt watched, especially near the rooms once occupied by long-term residents, like Miss Hill. Renovations often stir up spirits. At the Brown Palace, it seems they wake up more than one. The bees on the rooftop. The Brown Palace keeps beehives on its rooftop, a charming detail for guests enjoying afternoon tea. But the bees behave strangely. They swarm windows on specific dates. They cluster near certain rooms. They move in patterns that seem intentional, always around the anniversary of the hotel's opening, August 12th. Coincidence? Maybe. But in a place like the Brown Palace, nothing feels accidental.
She enters a parlor alone. The museum is closed. The lights are dim. The air feels watchful. She moves towards the mirror, the one that has seen more than a century of faces pass before it. And then she freezes. A woman stands behind her. Victorian dress, high collar, a presence that feels both regal and unbearably sad. The volunteer turns, heart pounding. No one. She looks back at the mirror. The woman is still there, but now she's smiling.
A house that refuses to sink. This is the Molly Brown house, a Queen Anne mansion built in 1889. Its walls layered with velvet, wood, and secrets. It was a home of ambition, of activism, of a woman who refused to be defined by wealth or tragedy. Margaret Brown, the world would later call her Molly, though she never used the name herself, was a force of nature, a woman who rose from poverty to prominence, a woman who survived the Titanic and demanded that others survive with her. But even the strongest spirits leave echoes, and some never leave at all. The hauntings that won't be quiet. The Molly Brown house is not loud. Its hauntings are subtle, elegant, deliberate, like the woman herself. Visitors report a woman's voice drifting down the staircase, footsteps pacing the second floor when no one is there, lights flickering in rooms untouched for hours, the scent of roses blooming subtly in stale air, a figure in white passing through doorways without opening them. Some say the house feels alive, others say it feels aware. And then there are the mirrors, the ones that seem to hold reflections a moment too long, as if someone else is looking back. The weight of tragedy. Molly Brown lived through disaster. She watched the Titanic break apart in the freezing Atlantic. She heard the screams. She felt the lifeboat shudder beneath her as the ship slipped beneath the waves. Some believe trauma leaves an imprint, not just on people, but on the places they return to. After the Titanic, Molly threw herself into activism, but she also attended seances, spiritual gatherings, attempts to reach across the veil. Whether she sought comfort or answers, no one knows, but the house remembers, and sometimes it answers back. The rooms that hold their breath. The second floor is the heart of the haunting. Staff say the temperature drops without warning. Shadows move where no shadows should be. A rocking chair sways gently as if someone has just stood up. In Molly's bedroom, the air feels heavy, not oppressive, but expectant, as if she's still there, watching, waiting, guarding the home she fought to preserve. Some visitors swear they've seen her silhouette in the window at night. Others claim she walks the halls, checking on the rooms, ensuring everything is in its place. A protector, a presence, a ghost. A spirit too strong to fade. The Molly Brown House Museum honors her legacy, but it also acknowledges her lingering presence. Paranormal investigators have recorded voices, footsteps, and unexplained movements. But the energy here is not malevolent. It is powerful. It is determined. It is unsinkable, just like the woman herself.
You made it out. Barely. You walked the halls. You heard the whispers. You felt the cold breath of history on the back of your neck. And you didn't run. Not everyone who steps into these places gets to leave with their heartbeat still steady. Not everyone gets to tell the story, but you do. The Hotel Colorado, the Brown Palace, the Molly Brown House, they tried to keep you. They always do. But you pushed through the shadows. You stared down the echoes. You didn't look away when the past reached for you with cold, hungry hands. That's what survivors do. And even as you step outside, into the night, into the air that finally feels like yours again, you know the truth. They're not finished. Not with you. Not with anyone who dares to listen. Because these places don't forget. They don't forgive. And they don't let go. This has been truly scary. You survived the story. For now. Walk fast, stay sharp, and whatever you do, don't look back.